Okay. Yeah, we may just start, and then as people join in, we'll welcome and greet.
Perfect. Because I'm just been nervous because I don't see audio.
Yep, sorry. All right, good deal. Yep, my mic is on. So in case we already have some viewers, we're still working out getting everything going, but I did want to make sure that those who were tuning in knew that we were here. Like I said, we're just working out the details. Batteries, those are needed. And this is just kind of that idea of charging up your phone, charging up your tablet, making sure your laptop's ready to go, and all your devices. Though I'm not anticipating power outages, you can see that power and battery life really makes a difference.
Oh yeah, it definitely does, honestly.
Yeah, so I am meteorologist Diane Phillips, and I'm joined with meteorologist Matthew Willoughby. And I'm sure you joined in yesterday, and I am so happy that you're back again today. We do have a weather update that we wanted to bring here after the lunch hour, just to kind of help you get settled back into kind of our last couple of hours of prep before our storm rolls in. So, looks like we are now live on Facebook.
Yep.
So we are going to be on Facebook, YouTube. If you joined us from the WTOL 11 weather app, that is fantastic as well. That'll send you to YouTube to connect with us streaming there. And so we're just kind of working on getting everything in and everybody joining in. So of course we'll take a little bit of time to make sure everybody can get logged in. But Matt, as far as the forecast, not a lot of changes today.
Yeah, it's been staying pretty consistent from yesterday even. So yeah, not too many changes from yesterday. So I mean, we'll just continue to update everyone on live and pretty much throughout the app and even on social media as well, just to kind of show y'all when to expect the precipitation and when that'll pretty much turn over into snow. So yeah.
Exactly, yeah. We are going to be diving into the forecast, but like we said, there's not a lot of changes to it. But of course, we want to make sure that you do have the most latest information, that you're up to date, and mainly prepared for the weather that we have. It's obviously going to be impactful, and our job is to dig through the data and make sure everybody's ready to go and that there are no surprises as that weather rolls in. So it looks like everybody's going in. I can see our phones are lighting up from our push alerts. So we'll, like I said, just wait a few extra seconds to give everybody time to kind of tap and then get into our live stream here. But yes, I am meteorologist Diane Phillips, and we have Matthew Willoughby, our new meteorologist to the team.
Oh yeah.
You can catch
almost
him.
A month in. So
Yeah, the time flies. It doesn't even seem that
long.
long.
It does.
And he's going to be working our weekend morning newscast. So you can see him Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and then Sunday morning at 7 a.m. So he's going to be kind of making sure you get through the aftermath of the storm. Hopefully, though.
I got you covered.
Yes, hopefully by then you have good news and we can kind of catch our breath. So we'll be looking forward to that. I'm sure we've had plenty of time to have everybody join. So let's get into
Let's get into it. Part two.
Alert days for Wednesday and Thursday. What are we kind of an overview looking at, Matt?
So yeah, Wednesday, that's when we'll start off, or more into Tuesday night, that's when we'll start off with some rain showers. But as we go into Wednesday, we'll transition from rain to snow. And some counties could be a bit more laggish on that transition from rain to snow. But some other counties could see that quick transition from rain to snow. And by Wednesday around pretty much Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours, that'll pretty much be those steady snow showers. And that'll continue throughout Thursday morning as well, with possibly seeing even heavier snow for Thursday.
And that means travel impacts. It's been pretty quiet as far as the snow, but it looks like we're going to be making up for lost time with this storm. So Wednesday and Thursday, we have those alert days. Here's kind of a look at what we're expecting. So like Matt had said, Tuesday night, so just a couple of hours from now, we're going to have that rainfall that's going to begin in southeast Michigan, and then it is going to work its way down. I want to bring in our hour-by-hour forecast because you can see that rain, though it starts in southeast Michigan, it's going to be around the Toledo area right in that morning commute. So the drive into work going to be a lot easier than that drive home from work on Wednesday, because you can see the snow. It's not very far behind the rain. And I do see that pink line there, but icing is not a big threat for us, is it, Matt?
No, it's not a big threat for us. So that will, if we do in fact see some ice, it won't be a long duration of that. It'll be very quick. a very quick transition from just slight ice, and then that'll eventually transition over to snow very quickly if ice is in fact possible.
That's right. You always have to go between that liquid to
Yeah,
frozen. So
exactly,
you have that middle
exactly.
ground in there. But we're not anticipating any impacts from icing because that cold front, it's going to be packing a punch. So it's
Oh, yeah.
really going to make sure that we get that switch over to snow pretty quickly. So you can see here by Wednesday that most of us are in the snow zone except for our southern counties. So I'm anticipating Crawford, southern Hancock counties, southern Huron County, and also Wyandotte County, that you're going to be holding on to that rain a lot longer. So things are going to take its time to get to you. So if you go, hey, it's noon and nothing's going on, just wait, because it's working its way further south and east as we get through the day. And that's actually going to play to your advantage, because that means that your snow totals, we're expecting those to be on the lighter side. But then by Wednesday night, all of us will convert over to snow, and we will keep that as we head throughout our Thursday. So though that went by fast, it's mainly because we're expecting steady snow from
Yes.
Wednesday night into Thursday. Now, the heaviest of snow, we're anticipating that to be very late Wednesday and into Thursday morning. So that's when we're definitely going to see those travel impacts and difficulties on roadways Wednesday night, Thursday morning. If you do have to head into the office, it is going to take quite a bit of
while.
extra
Yeah.
time on that morning commute. But it looks like things wrap up for us into Thursday evening.
Yeah, and yeah, even as you said, by Thursday evening, yeah, that snow will pretty much move out of our way by Thursday evening. But of course, like you said, you're still going to see impacts well into Thursday night and possibly into Friday as well, as far as road impacts or anything like that. So it'll be definitely something to watch out for going into Friday.
That's
So,
right. Yeah. So let's talk about snow totals. And the first map that I'm bringing up here is our snow totals that we're expecting for just Wednesday till about 8 o'clock.
Okay,
So
yeah.
though we are going to be having that snow that's going to continue on past 8 o'clock, this is a look at what we're expecting from about that time that we transition from rain to snow till that dinner time or late dinner time. And we will have those around the Toledo area looking at about 6 to 8 inches to be possible. You can see where some of that purple comes in. That band of heavier snow could set up into southeast Michigan and into northwest Ohio, riding very close to the state line. So if you are in Hillsdale, Lenawee, Fulton, Williams, and even Defiance and Henry counties, you're going to be seeing that bulk of that snow really start to pick up on Wednesday. So that's kind of that first rush. But then off towards our south, you can see that those snow totals really start to level off. So we're going to be looking at upper Sandusky about an inch or two, because you're going to hold on to that rainfall so much longer.
Exactly.
On Wednesday. So that's why we have a little bit of a stretch as far as
Yeah.
those snow totals as we get into our Wednesday. But the whole storm, what are we looking at, Matt?
So yeah, in more of the northern counties in Ohio, could see anywhere from up to 12 to 18 inches of snow. And in the southern counties around upper Sandusky, even Mansfield, and even Marion, you still could possibly see around 6 to 12 inches of snow. But around the lakeshore areas, around Sandusky, even Cedar Point, could see near blizzard conditions for Thursday evening. Even some of the southern Michigan counties as well could see anywhere from up to 12 to 18 inches of snow. So, and this pretty much lines up with what we were saying as far as the pattern goes from rain to snow. So more of those southern counties could see rain a bit longer than some of our northern counties could, and that could set up why we could see even 12 to 18 and more in our northern counties.
Exactly. And another thing that I wanted to point out on that map is that we do have towards our lakeshore communities in that red, that near blizzard verbiage there. And I wanted to kind of break that down. So we are going to be looking at wind within this system, but that's not going to be the whole headline of the storm that we have rolling through. So if you are right along our lakeshore communities, you are going to notice winds. You will have reduced visibilities. There are, for a blizzard to occur, certain criteria has to be met for that. And one of those is quarter-mile visibility. You also have to have sustained winds that are elevated to 35 miles per hour, and blowing snow is also. So though we are going to have conditions that are very similar to that, we're anticipating kind of keeping those below that threshold. So we're going to have enough on our plate. Hopefully we don't have to use a blizzard or the B word.
Yeah, the B
as
word,
we get
yeah.
into our Wednesday and Thursday time frame. So I also wanted to give an update because this just came in as we were getting off air during our our noon newscast was winter storm warning. So everyone is going to be under that winter storm warning. You will find though that if you have your location set up on the WTOL 11 weather app, that by having that you can see what time that warning goes into play, because depending where you're joining us from, that's going to determine what time your winter storm warning. And this is just coming fresh from the National Weather Service, so that is going to be in play for Wednesday and through a good portion of our Thursday as well. Matt, while I look at some of the questions that are coming on through, I will have you explain all the benefits of our weather
Oh yeah.
app.
Well, so yeah, first of all, if you don't have the app right now, pull your phone out and download the app. It is going to be very key to staying updated on anything. And my first point is interactive radar. That's going to keep you up to date to the second of when that snow is coming in, even when the rain is coming in, or even the transition. So you'll be able to see that interactive radar. You can pretty much click different layers, whether you want to see the warnings or the snowfall or anything like that. So you'll be able to see that on the radar. But also, just from the meteorology standpoint, we will be updating the app pretty much hourly and everything, just to keep you up to date, whether that's getting the push notifications or just the videos that we send out. And even if, hey, you just need some more content and you just need some more clarity of what's going on, we have that full forecast. So we will link certain push notifications to where you can see the full forecast right on our YouTube channel. So yeah, you'll be able to see the snowfall forecast, any weather alerts that we send out. We'll keep you up to date on all of that pretty much. So yeah.
Good. I wanted to kind of go, a lot of our questions are based on snow totals. So I want to bring up our map here and what we are expecting. And I'll kind of go through what people are wondering, because Jimmy, he's in Fostoria, so he's wondering, he's heard some varying numbers. So you can see Fostoria is very close to that transition between that blue and that pink line. And we are going to be looking at those to be a little bit higher. You had mentioned some snow totals that are going to be a little bit lower than what we are expecting. So if you're around the Fostoria area, you're going to be looking at snow totals that are going to be close to double digits by the time this whole storm is done. Of course, your transition will be a little bit later on Wednesday, so you will find that your numbers are going to be a little bit different than maybe if you have friends in Southeast Michigan, which speaking of, I know Cheryl, she was wondering how Adrian was going to be looking. Adrian is going to be one of our first cities to see the snow transition in, so that means that you're going to be looking at snow for a good chunk of Wednesday, and it's not just Adrian, much of Lenawee County and Monroe County as well going to be seeing that switch first, so that means your snow totals are going to be a little bit heavier. I also had another question come in about Monroe and them being along the lakes and what that looks like. The reason that we're worried about those near blizzard conditions is just because of that northerly wind that's going to be riding over Lake Erie. So if you're in Monroe County, just with the direction of the wind, I don't anticipate a similar setup for those in Monroe County. So of course, if you're on the southern tip of Lake Erie, that's really where we're planning in that red zone there to see those impacts. I know someone had asked, Michelle asked about Henry County. So though our numbers are kind of right over Henry County, you will find you're going to kind of be almost into the heart of this system where you're going to be looking at about that 12 to 18 inch range. Going to be one of the quicker ones to also see that snow transition in on Wednesday. So I'm going to keep looking here. And hello to everybody. I'm so thankful that we have so many people joining in and seeing what all we have. Another question that's been pretty popular that we've talked is blizzard of 78. Is this the same
I've been hearing that a lot.
storm?
Yeah, I mean, I've been up here a month, and I've been hearing that a lot the past 2 weeks. So yeah, that's definitely something to pretty much catch up on and tell them everything. So yeah.
Yeah. So neither one of us were around for blizzard of 78.
Oh no. Yeah.
But I do know that blizzard of 78, looking back at the data, wind was really a factor. Winds will not be elevated to that extreme for this storm. And we will be looking at more snow with this one, but as far as the blowing snow, we won't have that. So may remind you or have similar feelings, but they are going to be two different storms as far as comparing those as we get into it. As far as power outages, with us not talking ice, I'm not anticipating many power outages, are you?
No, not at all. I don't think we'll see, especially like you said, ice won't be too much of a factor. So with that, we may not even see too many power outages throughout pretty much Northwest Ohio for us.
Right,
So,
and of course, if you notice, when we get a 30-mile-per-hour wind gust, the lights flicker, of course, then you'll have to take the normal precautions that you usually do. But thankfully, power outages, with us just talking about snow, are not one of our main threats from this storm. So thankful for that. Another question has been a wet or heavy snow. This one is going to kind of be towards the middle and then towards that lighter side. So it shouldn't be, it'll be heavy scooping a foot of snow when you're shoveling, but it should be lighter, which will then make visibilities blowing and drifting snow to be problematic for us. And that's really what our concerns are going to be as we head into Friday. We won't have any fresh snow falling, but we'll still have blowing snow. And if you know of those east and west roads, those are going to be a little bit of a drift factor with that northerly wind that we're going to have working in. So just be mindful if you're going to be traveling. Hopefully our main highways and roadways and road crews, they can keep those cleaned off. A lot of good questions. A lot of them are on snow totals, so that's why I've kind of been leaving this map up here on what you can expect. This is our whole storm snow total, so that's going to be Wednesday and Thursday combined. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is that we have text messages that are also going on. So if you text 419 248-1100. That's the number to text.
Wow.
And if you put...
That's a good memory right there, man.
Yes, yes. If you put in, let me look on those magic words here on my computer, what we would love to have you put in. I know alert is one of the words that we would love to have you have. Delays will also give you school closings.
Yep.
And we have another one for snow emergencies. So let me look to see if I can find that real quick for everyone. Oh, I just found it. So yes, if you text 419-248-1100, and if you text the word alert, you'll get weather information. If you text the word roads, you will get snow emergency information. And if you text delays, you will get school closings, business closings, any of the closings that are reported to us, you will get those. So just kind of remember that you have that tool along with the WTOL 11 weather app.
Yes.
That's a helpful tool as well. As I look through some of the questions, what have we missed, Matt? What do we need to know going forward?
Yeah, so I do see a question from Cherise. She says, "What time does the snow start?" So we are showing you the amounts of snow. So yeah, we'll kind of go back a little bit and show you what time does the snow start. So as we go into Tuesday night, that's when those light rain showers will start. But by Wednesday morning, that's when we'll get that transition, like I said, from rain switching to snow by Wednesday morning. And eventually by Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours, that's when we'll be pretty much that steady snowfall into the evening hours. Now it'll even continue throughout Wednesday overnight as we go into Wednesday overnight into Thursday morning. So Thursday morning, that's when we could see possibly the heaviest of our snowfall. So those heavier flakes will be falling by Thursday. But good news is by Thursday evening, we'll start to taper off a little bit from those snow showers by Thursday evening. Still possibly seeing some in most areas by Thursday evening, but by Thursday overnight, that's when we'll start to taper off from most of those snow showers.
Right, that's when we can catch our breath and
Yes.
go, oh. But then we have to look outside and go, oh, now we have to go and get our snow blowers out. So, of course, a good tip is if you have to snow blow, then do it often so you don't have to go and face double-digit snow totals outside your doorways. And I know the biggest questions is how much snow. That's the number one question that a lot of people are having. So I know someone had asked about Tiffin, because I know Tiffin's right there on that pink and blue line. And it's going to be that zone where it really determines what time you transition from rain to snow. If you see that earlier in your Wednesday, then you can plan on your snow totals to be more towards that pink line. If you see that transition late around dinner time or even later in Tiffin, then you're going to be closer to that blue range. So it's just going to be where that line sets up, and the timing is really going to be crucial as far as those snow totals. Another thing, we do have school closings that are already coming in. We reported on our newscast at noon that Bedford Public Schools, they are going to be closed now for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I know some folks have said that they've already gotten the heads up as far as school delays and closings, so we're going to make sure that we have that. Of course, if you text 419-248-1100 and you text the word delays, then you can get the information on school delays and closings directly in your messages.
Yes.
So that is a helpful tool. So we will leave you with our snow totals. Of course, if you have any questions, we have a lot of our social media pages are ready to go as far as answering those questions. We're also going to have team coverage as we head into this evening. Matthew, he will be tag teaming with Chris.
I'll still be here. So yeah, we'll be tag teaming, me and Chris, throughout the evening shows, and then we will be doing it all over again tomorrow. So,
That's right. Yes, we have plans to make sure that we're here and have everybody ready to go, so you have the latest information, so you know what you can expect as the storm rolls in. So make sure you tune back in. Of course, you can stay connected online, but also on air. You can join Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers, Meteorologist Matthew Willoughby. They're going to be here at 5 and also at 6. And make sure you stay safe in the storm, make sure your family is staying safe, check in with everybody, and make sure you check in with us, because we want to make sure you have the latest forecast. So we will be in touch as the storm starts to get a little bit closer hour by hour. Have a good one, everybody.